In this exercise, we'll be creating rainbow ribbon effects like you see here, and we'll use lines and blends to create these abstract shapes. Typically something you might see in currency, but a lot of uses, a lot of potential for this effect. Basically it's lines and blends. So let me go to a new blank page that I've already created here, and I will use my pencil tool to create a half a dozen lines. So let me just double click it to make sure that it's set to smooth. You can have it go from accurate to smooth in this newer version in CC. And my options, I'll just have keep selected and I'll leave the rest unselected. Then I click OK and I'm ready to draw. My stroke is set to black, my fill is set to none, and the default is 1 point. So I'll just draw some squiggly lines, and I'm just using my mouse here. A tablet would be bit better for this, but I can get away with the mouse. And I'll just draw again some wavy lines with some curly cues in them. And maybe this one I'll just make like waves. And then another one down here with a big swoop. And then some waves. And then finally one at the bottom, just some short waves. Okay. Actually, let me redo that bottom line. I'll make it cross over a bit with some larger waves. Alright, there we go. I'll just deselect right now by clicking with the selection tool in an empty area. And I'll go to my blend tool. I'll just click on the blend tool and I'll just blend them one line at a time, coming down from top to bottom. So I'll start with the first one, clicking right on the line. And then the second one, and the third one, fourth, and fifth. Now it looks a little bit rough here, but let's go double click on our blend tool. And we'll click on preview. And we'll change it from smooth color to specified steps. Now by default it's set to 1, but let's set it to 10 and see what that looks like. Hit my tab key to enter that. And you can see what's happening here. It's starting to create a lot of in-betweens. So the higher the number, the smoother it gets. So let me just go to 30 here. Hit my tab key to enter that. And maybe even try 50. Tab. And I'll leave it there for now and click OK. And right away we've got a very wavy, abstract looking pattern. Now I'd like to put a bit of a rainbow colored effect to this. I'm just going to go up to my selection tool. Just select the blended group on the stage here. And I'm going to get a palette through the swatches. Under the libraries, I'll go down to gradients and I'll actually look for the one called spectrums. And that just pops up here, and I'll just borrow one of these and apply it by clicking on it. And if I click away, I can deselect. And basically, that's it. Now I can modify this. I can actually highlight it, double click on my blend tool, and I could just turn on preview here and again change the number of steps if I wanted to. 30, and then hit my tab key. Put in 60. And just experiment with that. I can re-edit that as while it's still a blend. So again, just deselect here. Now if I wanted to change any of the colors within that gradient, I would have to expand this out and commit to the blend, basically. If I go over to my gradient tool, let me highlight the blend right now. You can see that I don't have access to anything. It's all grayed out. So with this selected, I'll go up to Object and just click Expand. Click OK. And I actually have my lines hidden. If I go to View, Show Edges, you can see that everything is selected and all the lines have been broken apart from each other. It's no longer a blend, it's a series of lines. I'm going to go back to View, choose Hide Edges, Command H on the keyboard, so that I can see what's going on here. And by doing the expand, you can also see that now I have access to the gradient that is applied to each and every one of these lines. So if I wanted to change the bias here, for example, on the blue, I can move things around here, and you can see that it updates live right inside of the graphic, for example. But I have committed. I can no longer edit the blend unless I did a series of undos to go back to that step. So basically this is how we can create these various rainbow ribbons using blends and lines, and in this case I drew the lines with the pencil tool. As part of your exercise, I'd like you to do a few of these on your own.